Well, hi guys, how are you? Good to see you all Thursday night, 6 o'clock here on the East Coast, and got a few people showed up early, and good to see y'all. Interestingly, I always get a charge out of the early chat. I think I created this video around just before 4 o'clock this afternoon, maybe 3:30 to 4 o'clock. I usually do it a couple hours early. And I see Mike Roach popped in. How come I don't? Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. Puzzled. Too many different versions of the chat in front of me. Anyway, I do it early, and of course that creates the chat. And if somebody happens to click on the video, it says gives so many hours until the show starts, and people start chatting. And I don't sit at the computer for the couple hours, but I happen to catch drone shots at 4:51, who was first, and was talking to me. He mentioned this new Radio Master T16S radio, which is another jumper T16 type of radio, but and he chatted a little bit about that, and I asked him to remind me to actually talk about that tonight. So don't let me forget, because it's very interesting what's happening in the radio field with that one and the new jumper T18 coming out. So so many radios, so little time to buy them all. And then Bob Casey stopped by about. Actually, Jody was here at 3:52. He was here before 4 o'clock this time. So always the winner. And Bob Casey chimed in around 4:30. Complimented Jody on being fast. Jody is incredibly fast, and I can always count on Jody for a like immediately as soon as my video gets posted. So I, of course, put a like up there, and he puts a like. So it usually starts out with 2 likes, which is nice. I don't know what it means, but it's nice that we get those early likes. And then Brian BMAX chimed in around 4:45, talking about his Mavic Air, and then people started showing up. So at any rate, and then some guy named Citizen Z, if you see that up in the chat there, obviously a troll of some kind, came on here and felt it necessary to share with us his spider licking problem. So of course, I didn't do away with him, and I didn't say anything, because I was really curious to see, if there was a follow-up to that. But I didn't see any follow-up. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do away with that. So obviously, we don't need that. Jim, Above and Beyond Drones, how you doing? He came in. John Cuppy is here. BMAC Bob Casey, I don't know if he's in the house right now, but he was here a little earlier. And who else we got? Mike Roche, Timeless Truths, how you doing? Ludsat1, how you? Good to see you. Arizona Drone Dude is here, and Russell. God, I get maybe my glasses are getting. Let me make it bigger for old people to read. Russell, how do you say your last name? Glerum? Is that it? Glerum. Good to see you. Thanks. Thanks for stopping by. Let's that one. Can we talk about the DJI Air unit? We certainly can. Simply put your question in there and tell me what it is that you'd like to talk about, and I'd be happy to. Michigan Adventures, how you doing? Good to see you. So as usual, I sent an email out right after the stream started. Usually I send it out beforehand, but if any of you are with me on Sunday night, and you remember that bad start that I got, I had an awful connection. Some reason it was skipping and fuzzy, and the sound was breaking up. So I actually, after a few minutes of that, canceled that stream and went and created another one, and that one was okay. So I went into tonight with a little trepidation about, I hope that doesn't happen to me again, because it really screws things up. So it didn't happen, and I didn't want to send out the panel invites until I was sure which stream it was going to be for. Ray Kelly, how you doing? Good to see you. Ludsat1 says, do I prefer analog? No. No, I prefer the digital. But there is one thing about analog that I do like, and that's the OSD, the way that you can arrange all the information that you want, which is especially helpful if you're flying iNav or ArduPilot or something that has a lot of navigation information, satellite information that you want to be able to see in there, and I miss that. Now DJI has in a couple of their updates added the ability to put those in there, but they do it in a different manner. It's digitally imposed on top of the signal in the goggles itself. I think the information I think is sent to the goggles digitally, and then the OSD overlay is created, so you don't have any control over the type font or the size of the font, and limited control over the placement of it on the screen. And the font is such that it's very hard to see if you actually put it right on the screen itself. Also, none of that stuff shows up in the DVR on the goggles, which with analog, that becomes an integral part of the recording that you make. And a lot of times, that information is very helpful in analyzing the flight afterwards, especially if you can see what your throttle settings were, what your radio reception was like with your RSSI and things like that. So for that reason, and if you're considering the OSD, I like the way analog handles it better. As far as a sheer flying experience, that you can't beat the digital. You can't, unfortunately, use the digital in a lot of these tiny little quads, and that's a drawback. But I use them both. Some quads lend themselves great to digital. For my iNav stuff, I'm using all analog because there's a lot of OSD information that I want to see in there. So I hope that answers your question. As far as the air unit goes, you have two options right now. You have the DJI air unit, which I won't say it's big, but it's the bigger of the two options, and it has an SD card in it and the ability to record directly from the drone itself. Although the goggles recording, if you have the DJI goggles set in the high quality mode, the recording you get on your goggles is excellent, but there's no sound. Now there is a microphone in the air unit, but it doesn't transmit the sound to the goggles. but it does record it on the DVR built into the air unit. So you are going to get a pristine, clean recording of your flight from the DJI air unit. Then Cadex came out with the Vista, which uses the same camera, the DJI camera, but the electronics are different. They're smaller. They're designed for a 20 by 20 stack. They'll fit in quads that are a lot smaller than what the air unit will fit in. Although some guys have crammed that air unit into some really small places. And the quality, they say, is you can't tell the difference between one and the other, even though the smaller Cadex unit only has one antenna, where the DJI air unit has two. And I hope that answers your question. I hope I didn't over answer your question. So hey, welcome. It's Thursday night. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I hope you, in your state, they're starting to loosen up a little bit. I know here in Florida, things are doing much better. Is Cadex DJI, Ludset says. Well, you know, the camera is DJI. It appears that it's manufactured to DJI standards, but it's not. It doesn't have DJI on the package. It has Cadex. So I'm sure it's a partnership or some kind of collaboration. Anyway, let me welcome a couple of people that have popped into to my green room here. First, one of my good buddies, Carlos from Back from the Sky. How you
Good
doing,
evening,
my
Mr.
friend?
Rich. How are you, sir?
I'm good. What's new with you?
Same stuff. I took out this little Tinyhawk Freestyle, and for some reason I take off and it flips. So I'm not sure why. Yeah.
Did you take the props off of it?
Never, but I'm gonna change them. I'm not exactly sure. Then I'll put it to beta flight and see if there's motors turning the wrong way. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, we could do that on Sunday night if you can't figure it out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Why not? Let me say hi to Rick Halber. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah,
Rick Halber's in the room, and Ray Kelly has joined us in the chat. Oh, caught you in a bad moment there, Ray.
Right. That's another New Yorker.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm surrounded by him.
How's
Ray,
everybody?
how are you? We're doing good. How are you?
Good
Good,
evening,
good.
Mr. Ray Kelly.
Hi, Carlos.
How are you,
And
sir?
everybody else in the chat.
So, are you glad to be
Can you
back?
hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can hear you fine.
All right, good. Good audio. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
a little nervous. You know, this is only my second live stream, so bear with me.
You're good.
Oh, hey. You know, I went through my whole life without ever being a media star. And if you want to have a real laugh, way back on my channel, it's still up there, is my first live stream that I ever did. And I had no guests, no nothing like that. And I remember even, Ray, doing my first videos where you hold the camera up in front of you and you're talking into the how self-conscious you feel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But relax. First of all, it's not like we got millions of people watching. We got 16 people watching. So
That is true.
Well, you know, it was a very exciting day today because my Mavic Mini has arrived, and I'll give you a little look at it. It's right over here.
Oh, sure.
Can you see it right there?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Isn't it adorable?
I'm setting it up. I'm setting it up. The batteries are charged, and I'm charging my controller right now. So I'll be flying hopefully soon.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Make a recording and come on the live stream Sunday night and share some of the video with us.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, you know, I really want to come down to Jupiter and fly with you. There's some beautiful places down there, but this, you know, I'm waiting for this stupid COVID stuff to lighten up a little bit.
He's back in Long Island, Mitch.
Are you in New York now?
Yes, yeah. I'll be back down in Florida in November, mid-November.
Okay,
So
well,
we'll
I
get together then.
guess I'll wait till November. Why would you want to leave Florida for New York? I'll never know, but I guess it's yeah.
What are you
Snowbird. For those of you who don't know, we have many people that live in Florida seasonally, and they're affectionately known as snowbirds. Right, Ray?
Yep, and I'm proud to be a snowbird.
Yeah, and a lot of people do that. I moved to Florida in 1971, so all my family's always been down here. None of my family up in Philadelphia, where I'm from, is around. So I have no reason to live up there. But if I had my entire life up north in Philly and had a house and a family and friends, I would probably do the same thing. I would probably want to go up there when the weather's nice and come down here when the weather sucks up there.
Well, I was very, very surprised that when I got back, I figured May, no more snow. Unfortunately, last Saturday we had some snow. Snow flurries.
Really?
It didn't accumulate, but we had some snow flurries out here on Long Island. How about you, Carlos? Did you have snow in there?
A little bit, but nothing, nothing to speak of. But considering it was May, it's a little bit different. It's part of that global warming that we talked about.
Yeah, right. Yeah, global snow. EBR FPV. Hey to you, my friend. Thanks for coming in. EBR's over there in Europe, so it's starting to get late over there. Thanks for coming in, and I see Ed's here from Love My Drones. Hi, hey Ed, how you doing? Did you get that thing flying yet? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Stingray Aerial Solutions is here with us too. Sup, everybody. Love My Drone says Daddy Mavic and Baby Mavic.
Yeah.
Are you going to get the Mavic Air 2, Ray? Are you going to get that new one?
Yeah, yes, that's what I have. That's what I showed you, the Mavic Air 2.
Oh, I thought you said Mavic Mini. You said Mini.
Oh, if I did, I made a mistake
Yeah.
because it's right next to my Mini.
Right.
I'll give you
okay.
another
So
look at it.
yeah,
give
do
you a
that.
look
You
at
got the
two
whole
of them.
family. Look at
Right
that. You got the baby
There's
and
the two of them.
you got the baby and the mommy and everything. Wow, isn't that
That's
cute?
the new one. So I can't wait
Looks
to
like-
use it.
Looks like it just gave birth there, doesn't it?
Right. And guess who
Cool.
wants my Mini now? You'll never guess. My
I
son.
would have.
Oh, that's
Of
good.
course.
How old
of
is your
course.
son?
How old is he?
Yes.
He's 45. He's out
Oh,
in
wow.
California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my son's got my original Mavic Pro.
Let's use it.
Yeah.
Not much. I did that one video, if you remember, about flying with my son out at his house on the Intercoastal there. Remember that? I went
don't.
out there and anyway, yeah, made a nice video, sentimental kind of thing about flying, going out with your kid to fly drones. We used to fly RC together all the time. As he was growing up, I have a picture of him with 8 years old with an RC transmitter in his hand, soloing, flying his own RC airplane. So he's been, but like a lot of things, life comes on, wives come on, kids come on, the hobby, has to take a back seat to all that. So he's not really into the drones that much, but
It's
he's
still
got-
nice when you get
It is.
together with your son and you fly together, right?
Yeah, and he's got a boat and a dock, and his son water skis, and he wants to try to go out there and capture some of that water skiing action, but they haven't gotten around to it quite yet. I think maybe a Skydio 2 would be great for him, but he that wasn't around when he got mine. Ed says you were on his deck on the river, weren't you? Yeah, that was in that video. And,
He has a beautiful home right there on the river. That was quite impressive. I was very
you
impressed
saw
with
that video? Yeah,
yes, I
he's,
watched it. It was a nice video.
He's got a beautiful place, and they keep adding on. They keep making it, they keep making it bigger and fancier, and yeah, it's gorgeous. In fact, for over 4 years, I lived in the house right next door to him. So what happened was I was moving over here to the coast. I had nothing left for me over in Orlando, so I decided to move over to be close to him because he had bought this house next to his house as an investment because of the property on the Intercoastal is the house that was an old house. It wasn't much, but the property was gorgeous. So they bought it, and I rented it from him to cover his costs. Help him out, and I lived there for about 4 years, and being retired, it was a little much for me, but I did it, and then finally he had an offer to sell the thing, so I said, okay. And that's when I moved to where I am now, to this kind of age qualified community with a much smaller place, much less money, and I'm pretty happy here. It's not bad.
You know, Jim,
And he's got the place on the water, so if I ever miss that, I can always run over there and hang out or use the dock or the boat or anything else I want. I saw some invites on my phone. I haven't gotten that email onto my computer yet. I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about. Rick Halber. I need to talk about Rick Halber a little bit here, if you don't mind.
Hi, Rick.
You guys don't mind, do you? You know, Rick
nah.
Halber is probably one of the most generous members of our community there is, and it was my birthday, last week, and he sent me a birthday present, and I'm going to show you what the birthday present is. I think Carlos, I think you already know what it was, but let me go over here to my little build table and make it a little bigger. Well, I already had the original Tinyhawk, and this is the new no, that's the original Tinyhawk right there. And this is the Tinyhawk 2. And then Rick, a couple months ago, sent me this. Look familiar, Carlos? Carlos?
I'm sorry, I was muted. The Freestyle. I'm trying to be quiet.
Yeah, that's the Freestyle. That looks, okay, that looks just like the one you had. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yesterday in the mail, another one of these little boxes comes with a
I
nice
need
note in
I
it.
need an Uncle Rick.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know what to say, except thank you. But
Yep.
this one is the little race one.
Oh, you haven't done anything with it.
Wow,
I just got it.
That's a tiny one. That's a real tiny.
Let me tell
Well,
you,
it's
that
actually
fastest.
yeah,
Wow.
it's actually about the same layout as this one.
Oh.
Same size. It doesn't have the props on it yet, but I haven't done anything with it. And I thought on Sunday I would actually just go through the whole setup of it, if that might be helpful to some guys that are just getting started, and how to set up these tiny little things. But with the props on it, I can slip them on here. Let's see. Let me move my microphone around over here. This one goes over
They're
here.
actually push on and screw. Tricky.
Yeah. But I'm just going to kind of stick them on so you can see. This one goes over here. I'm not going to push them on all the way. I'm surprised they don't give you 2 sets of props with it.
No, they don't. Yeah.
No. And, but this little bugger goes like 50 miles an hour, doesn't it?
Oh man, it's quick. Yeah.
And it's a 2S. So it uses 2 of these little
did come
1S batteries.
It did come
Comes with a couple batteries, and it comes with yet another little charger for the batteries. But and it has the run camera. It has the same camera as the Tinyhawk 2, and it has the 200 milliwatt 200 milliwatt transmitter, which is the only problem I have with this little thing. The Tinyhawk Freestyle is that it needs a more powerful VTX in it, and I'm seriously thinking about putting one of those little tiny tanks in there, a little 350 milliwatt job. But this thing ought to be an absolute blast, and it feels
it's got weight
solid.
Yeah.
And it's got some weight to it. It seems to have more weight to it than this one over here. But this is the right here is the Rick Halber line, and I don't know how to thank you, Rick. It's incredibly nice of you. And Sunday night we'll go ahead and hook up the radio. We'll set it up in beta flight and see if we can't get it ready to fly. So thanks again, Rick. And speaking of birthdays, I wanted to show you guys something. You remember last week on my birthday, my sister kind of dropped in? Yeah, you remember that?
Rita? What's her name, Rita?
Ronnie.
Ronnie? I know it was R.
Ronnie. Yeah. Oh, Night Train. Mike at Night Train, how you doing? Let me look back at the chat. I want to try to pay more attention.
No questions, really, other than
yeah, Ludsat asked me if I've seen the tiny toy Tello from Rise. As a matter of fact, I have, and I've had this thing for a long time. It's I don't know, how would you guys? It's not quite a toy, but it's not quite
a drone.
It has flow sensors on the bottom, so it holds position pretty good. It flies very docile. It has a camera in it. The range on it is not real good because it's Wi-Fi. You use your phone, and I even picked up the controller, the one controller that actually works with it, because I took it seriously, and I went ahead and even got this little Wi-Fi extender.
Oh, you went and did that?
Yeah, and it works a little bit, but it's so complicated, to set up all that stuff and and I got a couple extra batteries, and I thought I was really going to fly it a lot, and I hardly fly it at all. It's a good drone. If you've never flown a drone and you want to fly a drone line of sight, you want to learn how to fly it line of sight where you can turn it around and turn it back in towards you and practice left, right, and all that. It's a great drone for that. And it's funny you should mention that, because I actually went today. I saw this thing sitting here. It's been sitting on my table, and I said, I'm going to charge it up and go fly it. And I charged it up, but I didn't have time to go fly it because it's been so windy down here.
The app allows you to go 99 feet now, just for the record.
Yeah, you can. There's a mod, an app that mods that to whatever you want.
No. They actually updated it and allowed you.
Oh, they did. Okay, cool.
Just,
And speaking of updating, here he is.
It's the Roche.
Hey guys.
Mike, how are you?
Okay, Mitch, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you.
I know. Well, all this FPV talk, I get lost.
Well, come on. And we got
Jerry.
J. Cory Sabia 55, who says Mitch exclamation. So is that somebody that knows me? JJ Cory Sabia 55. How you doing? Tell me who you are. I'm old. My memory fades. Ed thinks that other drone is cute. Try finding it upside down. Indigo Rhino changed out his VTX and camera on his Freestyle. Yeah. I saw that, and the camera's okay. All you need is you just want to be able to see where you're going. But but the problem is it has that SPI receiver. The range is terrible. So what happens as soon as you get out anyway, you start getting warnings that you're losing your signal, and then the video starts to disappear, and there's no return to home or anything on it. So I haven't been flying it until I update that stuff. Like I updated that little Tyro 89 with that new video transmitter, turned it into a whole new deal. It was absolutely great. So let me get down to this. Paul Phantom Hodges drone is here. How you doing, my friend? And
Coast to Coast Drones joined you.
Yeah, Bill there.
Oh, it's Bill. Yeah, hey, Bill, how you doing, my friend? Good
And
to see
Rick
you.
Halber, of course. And
Yeah,
hi, Ray
Rick
Kelly.
is-
It's the first time ever talking to you.
Yeah, hi, Mike.
On the stream or anything.
How
Ray,
you doing?
tell
Good
him
to see you.
You're talking to me.
I'll tell you what,
Hey.
man. I'm surrounded.
wait a
All I
minute.
got here
You
is
got three
all I got is
New
New
Yorkers
York.
in here,
I
Mitch.
got is New York. Yeah. Forget about it.
This is
Forget
the
I'm
New
from
York
upstate, but
How
still
you
New Yorker.
doing? How you doing, all of you? Yeah, I got.
Mitch,
Doesn't
you know about
matter.
that. There's a sign on the way to Brooklyn on the Belt Parkway, and it says, "Welcome to Brooklyn." Forget about it.
Forget about it. The greatest scene in the whole world was that scene in Donnie Brasco, where he's explaining what "forget about it" means. Do you remember that scene in
No, I
Donnie
don't think I've seen
Brasco?
that movie.
No.
He sits there for 15 minutes telling. It's like the word shit. It could mean 1,000 different things, and you can use it in 1,000 different contexts. So he's saying things like, he says, if something tastes real good, you go, forget about it. And if it and he just went through like 20 or 30 different types of ways of saying forget about it that means different things by the different inflection or the context, and it was a riot. It's in the movie Donnie Brasco, and it was a
I
great
never
movie
saw that
anyway.
movie. I love mob movies, but never saw Donnie
Oh,
Brasco.
Mike, that's right up there with Goodfellas.
That's not the one
Is
with
it
Marlon
really?
Brando, is it?
Is it up there?
No, it's got Johnny Depp in it, who plays an undercover.
Okay.
And Al Pacino, it's fabulous. I can't believe you got it tonight when we're done, man. Donnie
Netflix
Brasco.
on? Netflix?
Yeah, you'll find it. You will absolutely flip. It's one of. If I had to list my 10 favorite movies, that would be in there. It's great.
Wow.
Mitch
It's great.
Phantom Hodges Drones joined your chat.
I saw that. I said hi to Paul. How you doing?
Oh, you did?
But anyway, I wanted to take a second and show this to you guys, and then we'll get back to the drone chat because I thought it was such a riot. But at any rate, let me go over here to my build table and just clear all this drone stuff out of the way.
It's nice of Rick to send you nice gifts.
It's beyond nice, Mike.
Cool.
Beyond nice. Yeah. Unbelievable. And I'm not used to that kind of stuff, and I just can't thank him enough. Anyway, it was my birthday. So I get this big fat envelope in the mail. And on the outside of the envelope, it says, "Open it flat for the best effect." Okay? So this is what comes in the mail from my sister. And let me zoom in on it a little bit here, so because I want everybody, I want you to get the full effect of this. Okay? So I put it flat like this, and I opened it up.
Oh.
Cool.
Wait. Can you hear it?
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, it's playing "Happy Birthday." It's got a cake, and the thing is circling around on top. I thought that was
That's a nice
great.
card, Mitch. Very
That
nice
made-
card.
Made
cool.
it made my day, man. It just made my day. That was a riot. So I thought I would share that with you guys. So let me get back to me and let me equalize things out a little
Hey,
bit
Mitch.
here. Yeah.
Something similar.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, it has a candle. It's incredible.
Oh, you see?
Holy mackerel.
But did you see
What
how
is it?
when I blow it? Look, it actually.
Oh, you do blow out the candle. Oh, I'll be damn it. It actually listens for you to blow out the candle. Unbelievable. That's
Anyway.
cool.
The sound
That's
of it
cool.
actually sounds like the fly yelling for help in the spider web. A little bit from the original movie, The Fly.
Very,
The
very
little
cool
voice.
card.
That was funny. I'm looking. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the chat. Needs a new gimbal, yarn, and motor. What happened, Paul?
Ed is in there. Love my drones.
Oh, hit a branch on a tree and fell 20 feet. Oh no.
Oh, that was another thing.
Sorry to hear that.
All right, I'm going to make a move. I'm going to go back into my office studio. Hopefully, it doesn't lose a connection or anything.
Oh no, he still got you.
All right.
So you
Nope,
have a
I'll leave the
you have
light
a
off.
studio. You're going to set up. You're going to start a live stream now.
All right.
Become a big YouTube star. There you go. Your white balance went to hell, but other than
There,
that, we're
that's
okay.
better.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
There you go. So, anybody been doing any flying?
I flew a little today. I got my Tinyhawk 2.0 stuck in a tree, but I wiggled it out.
Oh,
I was a little.
Is that the
upset.
race one or the white one?
No, the white one. The
The
other
white one.
Yeah, it's kind of light.
I haven't been able to fly in a week. The wind down here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we already got a little bit of a depression cooking south of us, and yeah, and it's moving through, and it's been crazy. 15, 20 miles an hour, gusting more than that, and so it gives you a chance to, fool around in the workshop and all that. But by and large, I'm going nuts. I did actually go out to lunch with my son on Monday in a restaurant.
Oh, really?
Which, yeah. I mean,
Oh, the restaurants are open. Good.
Yeah, they're open in Florida, and right now they're in phase one. They're limited to 25% capacity, but people are scared. Nobody was there. There was 2 or 3 people, and they had outdoor seating, and they had the tables like 30 feet apart outside. So,
Mitch, did you have to wear a mask or no?
no,
Oh,
even
good.
the servers weren't wearing masks. Nobody was wearing any masks.
I went to a pediatric office the other day and walked in. I forgot to bring my mask, but they didn't even ask me to put one on. So,
I don't know. Supposedly the masks are to keep you from spreading it to other people.
correct.
But you look on TV and all these people on TV with the masks, half of them have it down with their nose sticking out of it. And I'm saying to myself, what the hell good is that?
That's me.
There was a guy,
I don't wear one.
yeah, the nose. I said, okay, all right,
And then
someone will wear it down around their neck, like a bandana, like a scarf, and figure they're doing their part.
I'm driving at the park today, and they have a lot of extra police, and they even had a box of masks to hand out. So I stopped.
Really?
And yeah, they have all the picnic tables turned upside down. You can't, you just can't sit. So I bring my own chair when I go flying. So I asked her, I said, if I bring my own chair, can I go sit by the area? She goes, yeah, other people have done it. I said, now, can I go sit and not wear my mask if there's nobody near me? Because the mayor wants everybody to wear a mask. And I told her, I can't wear it. It's killing me. She goes, well, technically the mayor wants you to wear it. I said, how about if I just have it close to me and available? She goes, yeah, that's good. Because I can't just sit with nobody near me and wear a mask. That's
I think when all the dust settles, we're going to find out that so many of these people have so overstepped the limits of their authority in this deal. It's incredible. I think so many people have, so many of these mayors and governors and city council people and anybody who's got some kind of title has decided that the weight of the world is there. It's their job to run everybody's life, and we got to be real careful. We don't let that kind of thing become the norm in this country, or we're going to be in China.
Mitch?
Well, I'll have to say, I give that hair salon owner a lot of credit
Texas?
for defying
Yeah, I agree, Ray.
the judge, and she went to jail over it. But I think in the long run, she's going to make out good from that.
Well, what happened is she went to jail, but she got right out, and now she's a hero. And she was interviewed recently, and she said her business is like going crazy because now she's a celebrity. Everybody wants to go see her. So,
Right.
Touch my hair.
Ted Cruz.
Touch my
Ted
hair,
Cruz
please.
went and got a haircut there.
did he?
Yes, that's what I read. Heard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because she's in Texas. That's right. But
Right.
I'm glad to see some of that rebellious spirit is still left in the American persona. It's like the people in Michigan as well, standing up to the governor saying enough is enough.
yeah, and I think enough is enough because we are individuals. We are responsible. I mean, we get in a car. We're driving a 2-ton deadly weapon, and nobody's riding in the seat next to us telling us exactly how to drive. We have responsibility. Now not everybody does, but what are you going to do? But you can't lock down everybody for a few morons out there. And fortunately, down here in Florida, we have reasonable state government. Some of the cities have taken it on themselves, and Ray down there, in the southeast coast, they did get hit with it. They had a bigger problem.
Yeah, it's higher.
All you New,
Yes,
all
it was
New
higher.
York, you New Yorkers came down here and brought it down here for us.
Yeah, it's all our fault.
Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah.
How you doing, Jim? Above and beyond.
Mitch, if they,
Mike, are you going to be open or not on lockdown before us on Long Island and New York City? Are you going to be okay up there to open
We
early?
we start phase one of opening tomorrow,
Oh,
and
okay.
whatever phase one means, it's this phasing in stuff. So we've met all the criteria in our county. Of course, our county wasn't hit anywhere near like New York, but yeah, tomorrow is go time for whatever phase one means. I don't think the general public will notice that much. It'll just allow certain businesses to open up, certain people to go back to work at whatever. But in terms of like, should you wear a mask to the grocery store and all that stuff, all that will still be in place.
yep.
There's a lot of people down here that aren't wearing masks. Last week I was in Sam's Club.
I hate it.
I put my mask on, but I walk around the community in the morning with a smoking my cigar, and I found that's a great tool for social distancing. Stick a cigar in your mouth and walk around. People just get out of your way.
They
You
avoid
got a
you.
hole in
They
your
avoid
mask so you can stick the cigar through there.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, I don't wear a mask when I'm outside. Come on. I honestly think I think that I agree with the study they did in Santa Clara, California. You read about that? They did some of the antibody testing on a large number of people in Santa Clara. And when all the dust settled, and they came back and said 50 times as many people as the official numbers have had the COVID-19 virus. In other words, they weren't they're not part of the official numbers because they didn't get the swab test because they didn't get sick. But they said 50 times. They did the same thing in New York City and came up with the number 20 times as many people as the official numbers have actually been infected with this virus, developed antibodies, and either had mild symptoms or no symptoms. And I have a funny feeling that when these antibody tests start to get out into the world, and you'll be able to go to Walgreens and get one on your health insurance, quick. It's just a little blood test. You get the answer in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it tells you if you've got the antibodies. Doesn't mean you're not contagious or you're not going to get sick, but it means you've been exposed to and infected enough where your body has built up antibodies to it.
Right, and the higher the number, the better, right?
Of course, the higher. So let's suppose you had the official number said there were 1,000, just in this place, 1,000 people that had it, and let's suppose that 10 people died or 20 people died. Well, if 20 people died, it's 2% mortality rate, 20 out of 1,000. But if 50,000 people had it and 20 people died, the mortality rate is 0.2%.
Right, a lot lower.
Which is down close to what the regular seasonal flu is.
Right. And they added
0.1%.
They added a lot of numbers to these dead bodies too.
Exactly. And then all this stuff's coming out about how they're pumping up the count.
Right.
Some guy gets hit by a truck and they got him in the morgue and the doctor says, "You think he might have had COVID?"
Yeah.
Well, he might have. Okay, put that down. COVID.
He's a COVID death.
I tell you what my main concern is about this whole thing, and you guys should tell me what you think. Are you guys willing to take a vaccine, a mandatory one for this?
Not yet.
You mean you would consider it? That you have to?
Well, I don't care if they say mandatory. If they got a vaccine, I'll take it. I don't care. I take a flu shot every year. I take a shingle shot. I take pneumonia shots.
I wouldn't take a vaccine. And I mean, we're nowhere. I didn't get the flu shot this year because my doctor is very much, off the record, he's very much anti-injection, but and also the effectiveness of the flu shot is low.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, they take a guess. They guess.
Right. So I did not get the flu shot this year, and did not get the flu. I've always just kind of marched along with everyone else, but he's convinced me.
You don't need it.
That he's like, you want it? Here it is, right here. You get it. I've had the pneumonia shot and all that. That actually has worked for me. I used to get pneumonia when I got a cold, with my being paralyzed and stuff. But there's a lot of bad stuff in the flu shot, and if it works and it saves you, that's great. But I don't know. So as far as COVID stuff, there's nothing ready or tested for safety or anything at this point.
No, it's going to be a while for that, and I don't know. These decisions. Nobody's ever forced me. I go to the VA, okay, and the VA makes a lot of suggestions about things they tell you should do, but they also make it very clear, and they actually go out of their way to tell you that you're under no obligation to agree with anything they say, and you have 1,000% right to make your own decisions, and nobody's going to chastise you if you do. And I like that attitude that they have at the VA. So, but they do come up with things now and then that make sense. They got on a couple of years ago. They got on a tear about having getting a sonogram. Looking for aortic aneurysms. Okay, and they suggest
I have one.
The sonogram or the aneurysm.
The aneurysm, yeah.
The aneurysm, yeah. Well, this was
small.
It's
still
it was
small,
common. So they
worried.
said, we would like, if you want to do this, you can. There's no downside to it. It doesn't hurt. It's not invasive. But if you want, it's available for you. When anybody tells me something like that is available for me, I take them up on it, because what's the harm? They might find something, and if they find something, they can take care of it before it kills you. Unfortunately,
especially an ultrasound.
Or a colonoscopy. I get them. I've known a number of guys that died of colon cancer. It's not a good way to go. It's not very pleasant to get a colonoscopy, but I get one every 10 years. That's all they suggest, because I've come out clean all the time. I may have gotten my last one when I was a couple of years ago when I was 70. I was getting them every 10 years. I started at 50, got one at 60, got one at 70. Every time I got them, they said there's no polyps, no nothing, clean. Chances are you'll never get. When I turn 80, that's going to be a decision that I might think twice about going through that again. If I make it to 80.
Mitch Drumpool has joined you in the chat.
Oh, Dan, how you doing,
John
buddy?
Coopy, I think you already said hi to him.
Yeah, I saw
Hey,
John.
John.
And
John Coopy.
John Coopy wants to take the vaccine.
I think John's going to be on Ken Haran show later.
Yeah, I heard
Really?
that yesterday.
oh man, congratulations, big time.
Is that a
Big
good
time.
thing?
I've never been on Ken Haran show. He did feature a video of mine and made fun of my age once. He actually did. He showed my trailer. You guys have seen my channel trailer. I don't know if you have or not, because you won't see it unless you're a new subscriber. It shows up. But he actually played it on the show, and I got 25 subscribers right there
Whoa.
from that. Yeah, which was.
Ken Haran is a very popular drone pilot or drone live streamer.
No doubt.
I've learned. He was the first one I started listening to.
Yeah, a lot of people
And
have.
I've learned so much from watching his videos. And he doesn't keep everybody happy, but I've learned a lot from him, and you got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, well, Ken is a professional entertainer.
Yep.
Something that none of us are. We're not entertainers. That's not what we did for a living our whole life, We're hacks. We're amateurs at this. We try to have the fancy equipment, and we try to, have the mixers and the special effect, but we're, at the heart of it, you have to be an entertainer. And it's not what I am, and most guys who live stream aren't, but the ones who are deserve to have the following that they have, because they entertain. And that's what people
Right.
want.
Yeah,
They
Ken,
wanna be entertained.
as far as shows go, if you want to call it a show, in the state of television today, this is kind of pathetic. The Ken Haran show is my favorite show.
Uh-oh.
Period.
Okay.
There is nothing worth watching on television. Maybe Jeopardy. and they're in reruns right now.
Come
Oh,
on,
Bob
So-
Casey's here. Hey, Bob.
the
How you
TV.
doing?
Archie Bunker,
Hello, Bob.
All in the Family, or Archie Bunker's Place. Those are
Right,
Oh, the
those
old
old-
stuff is great.
Back in
Yeah, I
the
like
day,
the old stuff.
3 channels and all awesome shows all the time.
Well, I never watch anything. I watch Netflix and Amazon, and some of the series they have on those things. The Netflix originals and the Amazon originals. Some of those things aren't bad. But as far as watching any of the broadcast TV shows that are on, no.
Although I did watch the Tiger King.
That was worthwhile.
Right.
It was a little scary,
That's for sure.
And I'll tell you something that's really funny. You talk about a coincidence. My daughter's in the public relations business, and I do her graphics work, her website, for her customers, and and that kind of stuff. Well, one of her customers is, and I won't mention the city, but one of the organizations is mostly deal with water systems, water quality, all that stuff. And so one of the school districts in Southeast Florida has a poster contest every year for the kids, grades kindergarten through 6, to draw water real tree hugging stuff, real climate change stuff, and it's fostered on these kids, and they have to draw these posters about climate change and about saving water and keeping water clean and all that environmental stuff. At any rate, so they have this contest website, and at the bottom of the website, no, it's not the contest website. I'm sorry. It's another one of these water conservation websites from one of these local cities. At the bottom, they actually have sponsors. Now, wait a minute. Maybe it is it is the contest, because they have sponsors for the contest. And one of the sponsors was the Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Mike.
Oh, the Carol, what's her name's thing?
Yeah, the Big Cat Rescue. So I get an email about a week after this Tiger King thing shows up, and the email says, "Would you please remove the Big Cat Rescue from? They're no longer a sponsor of ours.
No more.
No more." And I had seen the Tiger King, so I understood. But if I hadn't seen the Tiger King, it wouldn't have meant anything to me. But evidently, that has not helped them out much at all.
I wasn't going to watch it, but I don't even have Netflix. I borrowed somebody's password to just specifically to watch that, and I thought it was going to be a put on at first, like a, kind of like Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Was a fake thing. I thought this can't be real, but it looks like it is. It is, and talk about a bizarre set of circumstances. And
they were crazy.
Where can you watch that?
It's on Netflix.
What is it about? That's the first time I ever heard of it.
No,
Oh,
you just watch it. Trust us.
you got to watch it. You can't explain it.
It's about a guy who's, to wrap it up, a gay polygamist who keeps tigers, and he has like a zoo with about 50 tigers or something like that, 20 or whatever.
Right.
And this animal rights person wants to put him out of business, and it's all about the goings on between them, and it goes deeper and deeper into the black hole. It goes crazy.
Oh God, yeah.
Then he put a hit out on her, right? If I remember right.
That's the thing. Yeah, he's in jail.
And now he's in jail.
Yeah, he's in jail now. But the controversy is, did he really? Was he just making noise, or did he really put a hit out? Because the guy who supposedly was going to be doing the hitting he said, "I never intended to do that. I just took the money," and he went somewhere else. So who knows? Anyway, they're all crazy.
Just when you thought you saw the nuttiest person on the show, they introduced a new person or a new scenario. You go,
Yeah,
okay,
it was
this is
crazy.
going into bizarro land.
Yeah, it was very very interesting.
So, Mitch, I want to ask you something. Speaking to Ken Haran, he showed your video of the ballpark, right?
Yeah,
When you were sitting in the
Oh,
spring training ballpark down in Florida.
yeah,
And remember, when you walked in, nobody was there, and you just kind of flew, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And so I did some flying last week. Finally got some decent weather last weekend, and flew over the minor league ballpark that we have here, which is there's no baseball operations at all right now, and this is where the Mets have their minor league team, and so it's in the Syracuse Mets, and I flew over and around it. I flew from outside the county park boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So I controlled the aircraft from outside the county park, but and I don't think, and I got Lance approval for the airspace and all that stuff. So I think I'm legally good.
Well, I don't see
Right.
why not. I don't
Yeah.
see why not. As long as you're not, you can fly over anything once, as long as you're not flying. They can't get you for trespassing because you weren't
No,
on their
although I
property.
was about
Right.
5 feet above the field at some points.
Well, but that's still
I'm still
federally
above the
controlled
field.
airspace.
Still legal. Yeah.
And
You
it's
didn't
still
land.
just a county park.
You didn't land.
You know, the county frowns upon drones in the parks, all of our county parks, but I controlled the drone from outside the park.
there you go.
Nobody
That's the
said
loophole with our
anything.
state parks.
The place where I flew was outside of any controlled airspace, number one. And I had permission from the owners. And they basically said, because my son knows the guy who's the president of the thing, and he said, "Can my dad come here and fly his drone?" The guy said, "Yeah, anytime. Just tell him to walk right in." So that's what I did.
great.
I walked right in like I owned the place, and I was the only one in the whole thing. And then when I went out to fly the rest of the property the next morning, some guy in a golf cart, one of the maintenance people did come up and say, "What are you doing?" Yeah. And I told him, I said, I mentioned the guy's name. I said, I forgot his name now. I have his permission. Oh, okay. That was it. But there's a big fence around the whole property. But the fence was open so that the people who work in the office could just walk in. So that's where I walked in. Now, there's been a number of other videos. If you just go into YouTube and Google Space Coast Stadium, there's a lot of guys who did just what you did, Mike. They flew to stadium, but they were outside
Yeah.
or across the street. So
And again,
nobody can stop
if there was if baseball season was happening or anything, I would have never dreamed of it.
No.
I knew I went on a Sunday. I figured nobody would be there, and I didn't see a soul. All that stuff, So as far as I'm concerned, I flew over a county park, and I had Lance approval up to 200 feet because it's not too far from an airport, And so, I think I'm good to go. I mean, and I don't see what can happen to me. Like somebody doesn't like it, what are they going to do? It's a county park.
The police didn't show up and do anything. Then you're good to go.
No, if nobody did anything, I won't worry about it.
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't hesitate to post it on YouTube.
Right. Well, I'm almost done editing it. I'm
I'll
trying
look
to
forward to that.
trying to be artistic here, but I just don't want any YouTube drone police coming. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I'll be
I've never had, luckily, never had any problems. But I don't, I don't post a lot of camera drone stuff lately.
Did
so-
you guys happen to see the video that was posted? I shared it today, but a drone pilot was up very close, or what appeared to be very close to the Blue Angels flight.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And
I saw
I
that.
was shocked. I was shocked at it.
I mean, and if the Blue Angels didn't turn off, it would have been even closer because the Blue Angels started to take a turn. If Ray, you remember that part?
What state was
Yes,
that?
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, like the guy was. crazy.
What's-
You don't know where those jets are going to come out of.
Where was it? Where was it taken?
I don't know who shot it originally or where they were from.
Right.
know,
I
right?
forget the actual location, but I was just amazed that a pilot would do such a thing. And he seemed like he was up quite a ways. Might
Yeah,
have
it was
been
pretty
above
high.
400 AGL.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
that's the problem. There's always going to be a moron. I don't care what field what you're doing. You know, there's always going to be some moron that ruins it for everybody else.
Oh, Bill says in the chat, Michigan, state of Detroit.
Oh, it's
Right,
up in
right.
Michigan.
Detroit. Right. That's right.
XJet, Bruce Simpson, XJet posted it. He said,
Right.
in Detroit. Yeah.
Just, you know, that hurts the rest of us. That's what pisses me off. And it could have been, you know, those jets, when they put on aerobatics, sometimes they'll have, you think they're flying one way, and then they'll bring one oddball one in low and fast from a other direction,
Yeah.
you know, and stupid.
The good news is, Mike, I don't imagine that a small drone would phase
Yeah.
a fighter jet in any manner. Those
Yeah,
things
but the media would
they're
have
built
a-
they're built like tanks. They're built to fly around with shrapnel and bombs
Right.
blowing up in the air. You know, I don't think that.
Yeah, but
that would
think
hurt.
about us as hobbyists. The FAA. was
Yeah, you
like,
can see
okay,
more regulations coming
Yeah.
Well,
because,
you know,
because
it's-
of something like that.
It's funny when you see a moron doing something stupid. Your first inclination is to say they ought to make a law against that. And then you stop yourself and say, no, maybe they should. Maybe we don't want them to make laws against that. But
Well,
that's
there
the
already is
inclination.
regulation against it.
Yeah.
The guy never should have been
there's
up in the air.
already- There's already gun laws that cover just about anything anybody can do with a gun, but yet they still, for some reason, always scream they need more gun laws, never realizing that honest people, the criminals, don't obey the law no matter what law you make.
I'm for making murder illegal.
Isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it already, Mike?
Yeah, I think it is.
Anyway, we can start the show now.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He's here.
Oh,
I am
Hello.
here. Do I sound okay?
Art is here. Hi, Art.
Art's here. Are you still screwing with that? You think you're Rush Limbaugh or something with a gold microphone? Come on.
Don't doubt me.
Is that what they call
Don't doubt me on that.
blinging?
Don't doubt me on that.
Bling,
Yeah,
bling.
don't doubt me on that. Yep, I got the mixer going, and I downloaded the drivers and software for it, and had to play around with it before coming on here to see if it was working.
All right,
And
let's hear the chipmunk. Let's hear the chipmunk.
hello. Oh, wait a
No,
minute.
you still don't sound like a chipmunk.
Hello.
Nope.
Oh.
That's applause. We need mixer lessons.
Yeah, I guess so. Hello.
Nope.
Oh,
Buzz,
You're a bum.
come.
I guess I have to
Have to
play
work
around
at it a little
with
more.
software a little bit.
I don't have one of those voice altering things. I know if you have the same mixer as Lloyd, then you should be able to do it.
Yeah. I think the software is set up for the different stuff like. Thank you.
But
And-
you're oh, that's what we need. I need another sound effects guy on my show. I just don't have enough buttons of my own here. What
There we go.
is your microphone is working through it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, so
Art
that
is-
works.
Is that an actual gold microphone, or are you somehow messing with the color there?
No, it's actually gold.
Solid 24 karat gold, huh?
No, it's
probably
brass. No,
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
Brass.
it's gold color for real.
yeah,
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
cool.
it's a new ear, huh?
Oh,
Yep.
man, for your palatial estate.
No, you need
Hey, I saw Art. Art,
a starter kit with the gold chains in it.
Art. When you weren't home the other day, some other YouTuber was in your house doing his live stream.
Oh,
piano and all. I'm serious. I said, "What's this guy doing in Art's house?"
yeah.
Apparently it's
Mike, you look puzzled.
it's
I
a
Some guy,
I ran
some
it
guy,
out.
some other YouTuber had exactly the same backdrop behind him
Yeah.
with the piano and the
background.
fireplace.
Yeah.
When
And
I
I
first
said-
saw Art's backdrop, though, I was like, that can't be real.
Oh,
Did he
For
move?
many weeks, I thought that was real. I was waiting for Art to go over and play that piano.
well, how many people thought that my deal when I first started,
I
with the
thought-
window and the trees were real?
the monkey.
Yeah, a lot of people did. And what's really cool is you can here, hang on a second. I mean, I can just instantly change, and it looks just as real. Or or here's another one.
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
That's Jerusalem. If I could be in Jerusalem,
Oi.
for you guys, for you guys that like Miami, I can be down in Miami. There you go.
Miami.
Mitch, give me some locks. Will you give me some locks?
Locks. Yeah, sure.
Gotta get New York.
Sure. And what's another one? Oh yeah, we got this. So this green screen is really a lot of fun. I mean, you can really have a good time with it. I like this one.
Hey, Mitch, somebody says that Spank needs a mask to avoid the COVID.
Yeah, you know, it's a video. So I in order to put a mask on it, I would really have to
Go through some hoops.
go into it. It's a minute and a half video, and I would have to do it, animate that mask on there frame by frame to keep up with him looking around.
Send
And
it
I
to,
thought about doing
Ready to
that.
start.
Hey, look, Mr. Mitch, Ed, not
Oh,
Ed,
you look like
the grumpy.
Oh, Lloyd is here. Hey, Lloyd. Oh,
Hey,
Lloyd
Lloyd.
came in. Lloyd came in just enough to help Art. Art, there's some suggestions, tech support from Lloyd there. But you guys like the stone wall?
You look like Hannibal Lecter in his cell.
I could find virtually any picture.
Yeah,
And you can, and it's really can be convincing. In fact, before when I first started watching drone videos, you all know Drone Valley, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he's always in front of a brick wall like this, and he's got these 3 lights that shine down on the wall. And for
Right.
the longest time, I thought that was his house or his studio. And then one day he's got the lights are different, and I said to myself, "Oh, he got new fixtures." So
I knew he was doing a green screen, but the thing that drives me crazy about him is he makes himself tiny, and the wall is gigantic. It's like zoom in, fill the frame with yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
yeah,
if you guys have noticed that. He has a lot of good information, but he highlights the wall, and he's just on a small little table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
good thing.
it's all scenery. But,
All
but
right,
that's
listen, guys. I don't mean to be rude, but dinner is calling.
Oh,
So
God.
I'm gonna
Well,
have to
God,
sign off
what are we
now.
having?
Thank
Well,
you.
I'll be right there, Ray.
Good
Hey,
for
thanks
you.
for coming in,
Invite
Ray.
me in,
You did
and we'll
great,
see you
man.
again.
Wait,
All right.
You did great.
Ray, you
Did
said
great.
you're in, Smithtown or Islip?
What's that?
You Smithtown or Islip, you said?
No, I'm out in Shoreham, exit 68 on the Long Island
Oh.
Expressway.
Wowzers.
Way out on the North Shore. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Have a good
Ray.
night, everybody.
See you next
Okay,
time,
Ray.
buddy.
Wow.
Take care.
Bye.
Exit 68, that's a schlep.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, there you go.
Alvin has arrived.
Alvin.
Oh, no. Let me try to get rid of Ray Kelly here. He hadn't
There we
hung up
go.
yet.
All right, I just played around with the software.
Oh God, we're never going to be the same. Now do the deep voice.
I don't, okay.
You don't have like a Darth Vader or
I
anything?
feel like I'm watching The Wizard of Oz or something.
We're up to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. All right.
Let me,
How about this, Art?
Yeah,
Art, I am your father.
oh God, here we go.
I don't need no stinking soundboard.
I'll tell you what the good news is, though. You know what the good news is? I can do this. See, if it gets too bad, that's the benefit of being the host. Guys, so let me. The monkey needs a mask. Yeah, I did put goggles on, for one of my thumbnails once. I actually had goggles on the monkey, but he was still. It wasn't moving around.
right.
And I had a birthday hat on the monkey last week. I don't remember if you saw that, the birthday hat. But, I just don't want to spend 20 hours of work of animation to put a mask that looks like it's really on the monkey, because you have to do something like that in After Effects and animate the whole thing, and it's 30 frames a second.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, you don't want to do that.
Oh, there he is. There, yeah, that's it, Art.
You
I like
rang.
Sounds like Barry White.
You rang.
that. Yeah, I thought about getting one of those, and I said, nah, I'm dangerous enough with the push buttons, with the buttons that I have here. I don't. So Lloyd's he's still here.
Yeah, probably.
So how you doing, Lloyd? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Who else is here? I think I've
Yeah,
acknowledged
Jim.
So
everybody.
the Adventures Above and Beyond Drones, Bob Casey, Luke Sapp, The Grumpy Vlogger, Drone Shots, Rick Halber,
Michigan.
Ah, Lloyd's still here. Yeah.
Coach Drones, DBR Left,
Oh,
Mitch. John Coopy was around. He's probably getting makeup done.
Well, Mike Mike has his show at 7:00.
Nah, but it's not the usual people from here.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it's not,
think Ed. I think Ed Love My Drones goes over
Yeah.
to him, and but
I see. Oh, I'm still.
I got to turn that off. There we go.
thank you.
By the way, Jim got his toffee yesterday.
Oh, he got his toffee. No kidding.
it's like some famous.
And Jim, how long did that last? Mine lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There's 6 squares in that box.
Yep.
Unless you send him a bigger box than you sent me.
No, it's the same.
Okay, I mean, you sure now? Because I would really feel slighted if he got a bigger box than I got.
Is it, what did you say, coffee or toffee?
Coffee.
Toffee. That
Coffee?
chocolate stuff.
See,
Toffee. Yeah.
With a Tom.
Coffee.
Oh, like taffy?
Yeah.
No.
Like saltwater taffy?
I never
No.
liked that stuff.
Chocolate covered, what is it? Caramel?
Almond toffee.
Almond
Yeah.
toffee.
That's cool.
It's
Yeah.
Too chewy. Anyway,
Yeah,
Mr.
Lloyd, I hope Judy's doing okay.
Yeah.
You guys got to stop with. We got to stop with all these health issues.
I'm telling you this.
Okay, Ludsat wants to know how my big orange heli is doing. It's ready to fly. I just wait for a day where it's not blowing 20 miles an hour to actually take it out and very gingerly make sure it's not going to try to flip or anything, because that would be disastrous. With a drone, it's no big deal, but with that big helicopter, 6-foot blades,
Yeah.
rotor span, that one of those blades touches the ground, you end up with a pretzel.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've
But
seen
there's
some
ways. There's ways of telling. You can tell as you when you first arm the motor, and turn the motor interlock, it immediately goes up to whatever you've set as the 0 collective RPM, because it has to have some energy going before you actually start increasing the pitch of the rotor blades to lift it off. You've all seen helicopters fly. Before they take off, that rotor blade winds up pretty good. But it's wound up pretty good, but you've got negative collective, which means it's pushing down.
Oh,
The rotor blades are negative.
right.
And then as you start advancing the throttle, it starts, which is the collective pitch, it starts increasing the blade to positive, which starts to create lift. Generally, you need about 5 degrees of positive collective to hover the thing. So anywhere between 0 and 5, the thing's going to start to get light on its skids. And at that point, if it's doing anything strange, if the tail rotor's pushing the wrong way, it'll start to want to spin around like this.
Right.
You pull back on the collective and put it back down. But you gingerly play with a helicopter first. You don't just take it off, because God knows what would happen. Especially with all this flight controller stuff I'm doing for the first time, which is supposed to stabilize it.
Right.
Like a drone in angle mode, like a Mavic. It's supposed to stay level. When you let go of the sticks, it's supposed to stay level. And when you're in a stabilized mode and you give it right stick, it might angle and just start to drift. But when you let go of the stick, it should level itself off again. That's what I want to see. I want to see it be able to fly itself, and then I will fly it around. Then you can do what they call fly by wire, which is like the acro mode in a drone.
Oh,
You fly it,
It's all
but
you.
it holds whatever angle you put it in. The gyros will keep it at that angle until you straighten it back out. So it's a much smoother way of flying it, other than manual, where a little gust of wind could tip it up, and it'd stay there until you straighten it out. If you're flying in what they call acro mode or fly by wire, it will automatically go back to the last angle that you commanded. If you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, so I want to be very careful with that. Am I still live, guys? Because my thing kind of blinked and I just looked like I went offline for a second.
No, Ron, solid.
Your
Well,
picture
still-
went fuzzy for a second, but
Yeah, something happened, and it keeps doing it now. It's doing it again.
I haven't noticed any change. Have you guys?
I saw
Well,
one.
you
little
won't see
bit.
it on StreamYard, but you might see it on the stream itself.
right.
Let me take a look at. Let me go pull up the stream
Are
itself.
you looking for a lag?
Yeah, you.
I haven't seen anything.
Any of you guys in the stream?
Been pretty smooth.
Uh-oh. What the hell's going on here?
Damn it, Jim. I need
Uh-oh. Yep.
Something bad happened.
Yep. Video playback interrupted. Please try again.
I'm not getting that.
I
You
tried
need
to load
to
my
adjust it.
load my channel and nothing was there. Maybe they wiped me off
Nothing
the air.
to adjust here.
You're there. You're on YouTube.
I think is the
No.
chat still working?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, no. There was a problem with the server. 400.
Yep.
You're off.
Yep. You're
Yeah.
off to see the wizard, the wonderful.
Somebody type something in the chat.
They can't. It's not there.
Yeah, because you're offline.
The chat's not there.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, looks like my show got ended prematurely, and the only way that I can do it, I think something happened to YouTube. I think something happened to YouTube, guys.
Let me check.
Let
I'll
me
check. I'll check something else on YouTube.
let me.
You're right.
Can you?
YouTube. It's not you.
YouTube's down, isn't it?
Yes. You're right. Yep. It's YouTube. I
Wow.
just checked
Holy shit! Right in the middle. What did we do, guys?
right in the middle.
We'll chat amongst ourselves.
Yeah, YouTube. It's not you.
The Booster Studio's still up.
I doubt it. You sure?
I can't even get into YouTube.
No, I can't get any YouTube. Let me see Night Train's video. No, it's gone. Oh wait, Night Train is there, but the chat is gone. How's that possible?
Wait a minute. Let me try another browser.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I went over to Claude's channel and it says this channel doesn't have any content.
Yeah, my channel is showing.
Uh-oh.
I can't even bring up
Yeah.
subscriptions. There's a temporary issue loading your subscriptions. That's what I'm getting. You know.
Yeah. All right.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It looks like we're SOL.
Well, we're having a nice little show. I don't imagine that it's still being recorded or not. But all right, guys. Well, take the rest of the day off.
That's strange.
Well, hey,
Thanks for coming in. Let me see if I can get it on my cell phone and see what happens.
Great.
That's what I'm
There
using.
was a problem with the server 429.
Yeah.
Oh my God, YouTube has crashed.
uh-oh.
It's
Well-
it's our fault. I know it.
It's China.
Here we go.
China.
We have crashed YouTube.
We have crashed.
I wonder if my email works. Let's see if the whole internet crashed.
No, email works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my email's still working and
Yeah.
Yep.
all that other stuff at his Yahoo.
Ooh, I got your new cred score has arrived.
Hey, buy me a car, would you? But when I go to my YouTube channel, it says upload a video to get started.
Big crash. My wife. I know YouTube on the right there.
That's like I don't even have a chat. God, I hope YouTube didn't lose my whole channel. Oh, wouldn't that be
Oh.
something
That
if
would
YouTube
suck.
got wiped out? Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Oh, God.
So if that's the case, it was nice, guys. It was
Yeah.
nice. I'm still
Time to
showing
rebuild.
video
So-
playback interrupted. I'm still showing 12 viewers logged into this thing, and now it's back up to 13. The numbers keeps changing.
Hmm.
Nobody's
Oh, wait a minute.
putting any.
Wait a minute.
Is
Oh
it
no!
back?
I thought we were getting
Oh.
more. It's gone.
Yep. Yeah, it says this channel doesn't have any content on
Yes.
your.
Maybe
Yeah.
issue loading.
It says it on every channel.
Yep.
Yeah, the header comes up, but the server, evidently, their server that has all
You
the
know what's funny?
videos on it.
This is Mike's live stream, and they're there, but you can't get into any, like, this is what you see on the.
Well, you know, they have YouTube
This is what you see on the
has
top where the
uh,
chat is. You see?
YouTube has multiple servers, you know, and connected by hundreds of routers, and it's possible for some of it to go down, yet not all of it. So it's possible that the video feed to his thing might be working, but the server that's handling the chat is down. Anyway, as
Look
long
at
as it isn't just me, my chat is locked up.
I can
We're
watch,
on a whole separate app.
but I
We're
can
on.
watch EBR's video. How does that work on YouTube? But yet,
What's that?
I'm watching EBR's video that he posted here, but yet I get this message.
I have no idea how that's happening. I can't even when I type youtube.com, I just get a server or anyway. All right,
I
guys,
thought
we'll wrap
Windows
it up.
95 was done.
Who?
Windows 95.
95, yeah, you think.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I don't know if anybody will ever see this, but in
No.
case they do, I'm going to play some music. Going to end the show. I'm going to
Well,
say
good to
goodbye
see
to
you,
all.
Mitch.
Thanks for
Hey, belated happy birthday, Mitch.
thank you,
Yeah.
buddy. Thank you. Thanks for coming in, guys. So
Thanks for
take
having
care.
me.
We'll end the show. Maybe it'll all get recorded and it'll show up in the playback, even though it wasn't live. So, because this thing is still streaming to somewhere. Somewhere this stream is going. So,
All right.
we'll call it a night a half hour early, and I'll see you guys on Sunday night if there's still a YouTube.
All right. Have a good one,
Take care.
guys.
All
Good night,
right. You
everybody.
take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Art. And that just leaves me and the monkey, if anybody's around. I know the monkey's still here. So I'm going to say goodnight to all you guys, and let's just pray that YouTube gets their act together and all of our shit isn't gone forever. And if it isn't, I will see you all Sunday night at the FPV workshop. So say goodnight, Spanky.